Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I stand here today, firstly, feel quite a privileged person. And I'm not in the habit, in fact, none of the army officers in the habit of receiving bouquets and flowers. That's the way we honor the ladies and not vice versa. So, again, it was a new thing for me. Thanks for exposing me to this facet of life also. So, I'm extremely honored to be a part of this August gathering, which has got together and thought of channelizing your own energies in a manner that it results in the final nation building. I am a veteran with more than around 25 years of experience in uniform, which includes my training period at NDA. And I belong to an organization which lives and survives by the Chetwood motto for the leaders, which says that the safety, honor and welfare of your country comes first. The honor, welfare and safety of the men you command comes next. Your own ease, comfort and safety comes last, always and every time. So this is the Chetwood credo. This is the Chetwood credo which is enshrined on the portals of Indian Military Academy, from where we get commissioned as officers of the Indian Army. In NDA, which is known as the cradle of leadership, again you are taught the basics of leadership, wherein you imbibe those qualities, where you are not telling those men whom you command to do a certain thing. You are leading by example. You are doing that thing on ground, and because of the manner in which you do it, there are people who are lined up behind you and follow you. And I have been witness to instances where people have followed you blindly, knowing that that may be their last step. They follow you blindly. Sahab ne bola hai, kuch soch ke bola hoga, chalo. But I was talking to one of the persons in the management, and he asked me a very pertinent question. Sir, we fought 4 wars with Pakistan. We are from the same lineage. What is it that is differentiating the Pakistan army from the Indian army? Believe me, there is nothing except the way you command your men. In Pakistan army, majority of the officers, majority of the leaders will demand respect. In the Indian army, we command respect. So what is the inherent difference between demanding and commanding respect? Demand is, I wear a uniform, I am standing in front of you as an officer, you bloody well salute me. In the Indian army, yes, it is a decorum, but then the way you conduct yourself, the way you project yourself in front of your command, that integrity, that sincerity, that loyalty towards your organization will force that Jawan that this person commands respect and I must salute him. So this command of respect comes from within. It's the gut feeling. Unless and until any organization which is leadership intensive realizes this important aspect, you can never become true leaders. The leadership has to come from within. You need to feel that I am a leader because of these people whom I am commanding. Otherwise, as a leader, I am no one. I stand alone and I say I am the leader. Where is your following? So these are the people on whose shoulders I am standing, and perhaps because I have got the acumen to take a call, keeping into account the larger picture in mind, these people have faith that Sahab bolega, wo theek bolega, let's follow him. That's what Indian Army stands for, and that's the reason why so many instances have happened over the courses of operations which the Indian Army has undertaken, wherein people have point blank said to their mothers, point blank said to their sisters, point blank said to their girlfriends, okay, either I'll go and unfurl this flag atop my target, or I'll come back in this flag. So that is the level to which the commitment resides in our hearts. Okay, I just got carried away. I was again telling somebody, these are things, which actually propel me towards how I have to conduct myself. I never go with a pre-prepared speech or anything of that kind. It is the environment which you people create which tells me which direction I need to follow. Yes, agenda is always there. Agenda is to be, at the end of the speech, you will find that agenda will be achieved, but notwithstanding, the way it is achieved, at times we exceed the expectations. So I go with the flow. You are the people who are throwing those vibes towards me, the way you have interacted, the way I have felt that the gathering actually wants. Or there are some people who are just sitting there, no, yaar, pata nahi kaun aa raha hai, who is going to speak to us, who is this man, we never seen him. So all those things, these are the things which actually tell me, as a life coach, I am a certified life coach, I have a clientele right from 15-year-olds till 85 years old. So I am not telling them that this is what is right for you. No. As a mentor, my job is to give you an option. You people may be worthy of the positions which you hold in your own field. If I am not open-minded to gather what positivity you have to deliver to me, I'll never ever respect you from the core of my heart. So I am here because each and every one of you, right from the person who picked me up from the airport yesterday, till the CMD whom I met today, each one of you has to give me something which I carry back. So this is my output which I am going to carry from Brinton. You are the people who are giving me these vibes to tell me that the way I am going to speak is what you have given me. This is coming from within. The Indian flag does not fly, with the wind that flows. In the Indian Army, they say it flies because of the breath of the soldiers who laid down their lives to get it unfolded. So if you say that the Colonel C.P. Singh has come from all the way from Chandigarh and he's going to deliver some talk to us on some set, nothing. I have come here because inherently, firstly, the man Alok, I have served with him. It's difficult to gather that kind of momentum to put him in high spirits. The moment I saw him in high spirits, I thought there's something happening there. Let me go and see. So it's the spark in Das which propelled me to come all the way. And I can tell you from the core of my heart, I'm really very thankful to each one of you and the team of Brinton, which has reached this level in a very short span of time. God willing, the kind of impetus which you are giving to each project which your company is launching, if it is done with the same fervor, I'm telling you, sky is the limit and you are going to beat everybody hands down. God bless you. Do well, very well in life. Now, being a life coach and a mentor, it takes me around country, meeting all kinds of people, interacting with all kinds of people. So I am, into that one-to-one interaction generally with people. So it's never a kind of a gathering of 1,000-odd people in an auditorium. Yes, those talks have also been given, but I prefer to do it in one-on-one interaction. Because of that, I am not a slide man. In the forces also, people used to say, "Sir, aap kabhi slide nahi use karte." I somehow hesitate in using this. Because if I am using slide, firstly, what is the purpose? What am I achieving? If that slide is delivering you something more I can give you, then why am I standing here? Secondly, if that slide is a pointer for me that, son, you are not going to forget something, look at that. There is something which is written there, you are forgetting. Speak on that. If that is the level to which I have to go to interact with an audience whom I am going to give some insight about my life, then probably I don't know myself. So my analogy, I am not saying it is right. So tomorrow, one of your managers can't get up. No, that chap came, whom you called, he told us not to use slides, I am not using, and the CMD takes him off, so please don't blame me. Okay, this is my analogy. I am not telling you to follow it. But this is what I feel. So if I am going to deliver something, I bloody well do it from here. Agar gut se awaaz aayega, to wo hit karega. So that is what I believe in. Okay. Now with this as just a small background, I am going to give you a short insight into my life experiences and tell you what patriotism I feel is. Patriotism, the moment you say patriotism, why is it that I feel the goosebumps? I feel when the flag is unfurling, I feel, no, there is something happening. There are some people whom I knew who have laid down their lives. There are some people whom I have seen dying in my arms. There are so many people who have done so many things in life. Why is it that I feel those goosebumps? And why maybe majority of you don't feel anything? Why do I feel that feeling of compassion or passion when I get up for the national anthem and I see that national flag? And it is inherently because probably I was imbibed with these values from something known as National Defence Academy. 3-4 years when so-called गीली मिट्टी होता है, बच्चा 12th के बाद उठा के उसको यहाँ पटक देते हो आप. I am from a totally civil background. Nothing, no exposure. We belong to an age group or a generation where we used to hunt for information. Where I think most of the people who are sitting here belong to that generation. We used to go, travel miles to get a book, read about NDA. I want to join NDA. Let's find out what is NDA. Nobody is there in my family, nobody in my neighborhood who can tell me how to join NDA, where to go, what to do. Nothing. So I go, gather a book, read through it in my spare time, and these so-called books were reference books, not to be issued. And being from a middle class family, you don't have those kind of resources. You can keep on buying books just to gather knowledge, no? So you go to library, study these things. Get yourself motivated, this is the place I want to be. This is the place I want to be. This started from 7th, 8th onwards. And everybody in the environment, what is he telling? Look at you, yaar. फौजी की पिक्चरें देखी हैं, फौजी ऐसा फौजी होता है, तो अरे बस का नहीं दोस्त, छोड़ दे, you are good in studies, you are doing well, do some engineering, doctor, do something like this. फौज तेरे दस का नहीं है, नहीं होगा, don't worry. फौज is not meant for people like us. आराम से, no, I've got to go there, this is something which is burning within me. So, first lesson learnt, when I reached NDA, first attempt, cracked the NDA exam, first attempt, cleared my SSB. I don't know how, never prepared for it. But I know now, because I have been an assessor, I have been assessing people, that it was that inherent gut feeling. Because you are doing something from here, not to show to somebody. I am doing it for myself. And if I do it for myself, whether it is my own original target or the team target, I will bloody well achieve it. So when I got into NDA, first lesson learnt, patriotism is not about physicality. Patriotism is here, in your heart. It is not the size of your body which matters. It is the size of the heart which matters. How much can you take in? How much can you give it? That is what it is. The first lesson which NDA taught me was, before I entered the portals of NDA, the same environment used to say, yaar, kamal hai yaar, tu select ho gaya. Very good, very good. Chandigarh mein 2 ladke select hue hain, you are one of them. Very good, very well done. So, first lesson, patriotism is not something which is physically present. It is an abstract thing. It comes from within. It is the size of your heart which is going to tell me how much patriotic you are, how much of the feelings of the people around you you can imbibe, how much you can work for your team. And if I work towards my targets, it transforms into we work for our targets. This transforms into our nation works towards our targets, and it transforms into we achieve the target. We reach the pinnacle only once we work together. So it's your heart size which matters. You go to NDA, come across ustads, come across trainers, come across officers from all walks of life. Again, they are teaching you things through their experience. NDA is not about only physical training. Yes, it is a major part of this, but then what you imbibe is the actual ethos which is ingrained in you, which tells you how to work in an environment, because of which Indian Army or the Indian Armed Forces are the last bastion for a normal civilian. लड़ाई चल रही है, फौज है. टेररिस्ट आ गया, फौज है. ताज पे अटैक हो गया, फौज है. मुंबई में पुल गिर गया, फौज बुला लो. फौज पुल भी खड़ा कर देगी फौज. बोरवेल में बच्चा गिर गया, फौज बुला लो. We are the last bastion. Why? Are we trained for it? No. It is the ethos with which you work, that it is my country, my people, whom I have got to work for, that is ingrained in you. So the second lesson learned when at NDA was, patriotism is all about feeling for your environment. You need to feel for the environment in which you thrive. You are here because of these people. Alone you are nothing. Anybody from amongst you can get up and say, I can survive alone. I'll be grateful. It will be eye-opener for me. I am yet to find any person who can say, I can thrive on my own. You can't. You are achieving anything and everything in your life because there are certain people to acknowledge you have done that. That acknowledgement comes from your environment. And we regard this environment as a competition. He is my competitor. I need to cut his roots. This boy is getting closer to the CMD. Let's cut him. No. hard truths. When I conduct corporate lessons, these are hard truths which come out. Why? Because there is something within us which doesn't tell that he is a part of me or we are a part of this organization. Today, if all of us, 130 odd crore people in India start finding that this is our country, 5 feet around me is my area of responsibility, I keep it clean. Do you think Prime Minister had to stand on the ramparts of Red Fort and tell you, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan? Damn it, if 135 crore people stand together, you will cover the entire surface of India, 5 feet around you. Imagine, you perhaps clean up Pakistan also. So that is what the second lesson was. Now, how does the training happen in our academies? Very, very silly things which happen, you know. The drill ustad will come and catch hold of your belt. GC, upar, aur pair upar karo. So GC doesn't realize what is happening. So I had a very funny instance, you know, the cadet who was standing right next to me, uska belt pakad ke ustad usko bol raha hai, aur upar. तो बोलता है बस अंकल बस और नहीं, अंकल बोलेगा और उसको और पकड़गा उसको और उसको उछाया उसका. तो देन ही टोल्ड जीसी ये जहां पे तुम पैर मार रहा है इस ग्राउंड का नाम खेतरपाल ग्राउंड है, जिसको इंडिया का टॉप गैलेंट्री अवार्ड मिला था, परमवीर चक्र. जब तुम यहां पे पैर मारेगा तो वो पैर ऐसे लगेगा कि खेतरपाल साहब को प्राउड हो कि ये आदमी मेरी आर्मी का ऑफिसर है. अदरवाइज दैट फीलिंग विल नॉट बी इंस्टिल्ड इन यू. उस खेतरपाल को जो वहां पे सो रहा है उसको शर्म नहीं आनी चाहिए कि मेरे नाम पे जो ग्राउंड बना है उस पे ऐसा कदम लगेगा. नाउ द जीसी स्टार्ट्स स्टैंपिंग द फुट लाइक ही इज नेवर डन. दिस इज द फर्वर विच इज इंस्टिल्ड इन यू. यू लैंड अप एट IMA, द सेम ड्रिल उस्ताद विल कम टू यू. जीसी ये कदम ऐसे लगना चाहिए कि मसूरी में हनीमून कपल को पता लगना चाहिए कि नीचे देहरादून में लोहा फोर्ज हो रहा है. See? So these are the instances which they ingrain in you, which propels you to do certain things which perhaps a normal human being may not do. Now, the third lesson which I learned when I got commissioned, I land up in a unit and first day the new officer is received, you are taken to the religious place. It is called Sarv Dharam Sthal in Indian Army. So Sarv Dharam Sthal is some place which is of huge significance in any unit. There is a Granth Sahib, there is a Quran, there is a Bible, and there is Gita. All religions at one place. Tell me, in the civil environment, even if a mandir and masjid can exist together, here in the forces we are told, friends, get over this. You are meant for a larger cause. So one of my clients, a youngster, 18-year-old, when the Olympics finished, he asked me, sir, India is a country of 135 crore people. Why can't we achieve what Japan is achieving? Why only 6-7 medals and in our kitty? Look at Japan, sir. They are crossing us in the first 3 days only. What is there within them? I say, you don't understand the diversity where we live in. I belong to an organization where we have surpassed that diversity to a great extent. But as a normal civilian, you are plagued by religion, communism, states, languages. These are barriers which are created. Again, I was just talking to somebody wherein a Sardarji is commanding a Madras Paltan. He speaks Tamil probably fluently than any one of you. Because he knows these are the men I have to command and their ethnicity is Tamilian. I bloody well learned Tamil. So he speaks Tamil fluently. Similarly, Tamil officer or a Mallu officer commanding a Sikh regiment. That chap, the way he speaks Punjabi and the kind of abuses he gives, बड़ी खालसा हिल जाता है वो. क्या बोल रहा है ये साहब? Because for a Sardarji to work, abuse is an impetus, it's a born vita. You give him one MCBC and he shoots. So it is this terminology, you know, these are the things which you learn through the process. So third lesson which I learnt was, get over these barriers which are created by our society. The moment you get over these barriers, you will get hold of those PVCs. You will get hold of people who can go beyond their physical means, go beyond their mental means and achieve something which to a normal person seems something great. There have been instances where the leader of the team has jumped over a live grenade to make sure that the impact of this grenade explosion does not kill the remaining people. He's jumped on the grenade. You tell me, what is this? If it is not selflessness, if it is not patriotism, what is it? But then patriotism spans across the spectrum. On one hand, we have such people who lay down their lives for their motherland, who work for their country, for the larger good of the nation. And then on the other spectrum, we have these terrorists who again come, they stand in front of you and they keep on firing, knowing very well you are going to kill them. Ajmal Kasab, you think he was a less patriot? But then why don't we call him a patriot? Now is the definition which comes in. If you are convinced that whatever you are doing, even at the stake of your life, is going to happen and result in a larger goal for the nation building, yes, it is patriotism. If you are a misguided person who are doing something, though at the stake of your life, but it is harming the larger national interests, it is not patriotism. That is the feeling which I have got about patriotism after these three instances. Now after this, I land up at a place during the Kargil conflict in Poonch. I am standing with my JCO on a post known as Langur Post. We are overlooking Pakistan. And at that point of time, I tell Saab, action nahi hai. Life mein action nahi hai. उधर वो कारगिल में चढ़ रहे हैं, तनातन चल रहा है साहब, यहाँ एक्शन नहीं है. JCO with 35 years of experience, he turns back to me, साहब पीछे मुड़ो. He tells me turn towards India. Pakistan, I am facing Pakistan, एक्शन नहीं है. He says अब turn, पीछे मुड़ो. ये देश आराम से सो रहा है क्योंकि आप और मैं यहाँ खड़े हैं. This is the thing. Feel it. So he told me to feel it. वो जो आपका मदर वहां पे सो रहा है, आपका बहन वहां पे सो रहा है, पूरा इंडिया आराम से बैठा है, उसको पता है कि सिर्फ कारगिल में नहीं, आप हर जगह खड़े हो. So you are doing an equally important job. Yes, those people are getting probably what they dreamt of. If we are not getting it, we are not doing anything lesser than that. So the fourth lesson, which patriotism, the definition evolves, is that it is not that you will get an opportunity to do or perform the manner in which you ever felt that this is patriotism. No. Anything and everything you do, however menial it might be, it results in nation building. You are being a patriot. You are being a patriot. Please understand, seeing this patriotism fervor only on 15th of August and 26th of January is nothing. That is what is plaguing our country. All of a sudden you will find on even street people, taking those flags and they are waving at you. कार में आपको बेचने आएंगे वो 10 you feel बेटा आप कल 15th August ले ले, आपका बच्चा भी लेके उसको घुमाएगा 15th August. Thereafter that flag is lying on the floor and the child is trampling it. Tomorrow you find on the streets, there will be hundreds of flags which are lying. If I find somebody, even a sweeper, picking up that flag and placing it in a place rather than in a dustbin, that is patriotism. It is not necessary for you people to wear a uniform and then only you are patriot. No. I can give you umpteen instances where people in civil, they have done things much, much bigger. Muruganandan, people are aware, the padman. If he did not do what he did for the women, for upliftment of women, for making sure that in their hour of need, they have the proper hygienic things available to them. So simple thing like a sanitary napkin. If Muruganandan could not design it and give it to the people of his own state, you think he was any less patriot than a Vikram Batra who gave his life for country? No. So that's where the thing is. If you people have taken on, just 2 minutes last left for my time. So if you people have taken on this responsibility of following this venture as August Kranti, I feel that I am most privileged to introduce, to ignite that nationalist fervor in you people, which probably has been thought of and included in your daily working by your management. Wonderful initiative, wonderful initiative. So each one of you, if you think you cannot be a patriot without wearing a uniform, wake up. This is your time. If your organization has decided that we will do this for the country, out of the profits or the revenue which we generate for ourselves, we are going to donate a sum for the Kargil widows or for the veteran widows. Wonderful. This is the initiative which all of you have got a very good opportunity to be a part of. So let us now see whatever time frame you have kept. I think it's 6 months, sir. If 5 months is the time frame you have kept, let each one of you get that burning feeling, burning desire within you that I got to excel in this opportunity which I got probably this time in my life. Who knows after 5 months you will be alive or no. So let's create a niche for yourself and give that feeling of pride which compels me to stand here and speak to you the way I am speaking. And feel those goosebumps. I am telling you, after 5 months, in case you excel in this initiative which you take today, if you excel, you will feel it. Because you have done something for the nation, which is devoid of these frivolous elements like movies, all those things. They are there to incite the nationalist feelings, but they die. 3 hours, they are gone. So let 15th of August be there every day for us. Because we are living, we are stepping on this motherland every day. Let it be our duty to do something, and this organization is giving you this thing. You are being given an opportunity. From the revenue which you generate, you will be helping out the people who are actually requiring and who have actually laid down their lives. Their families are going to be affected. So let's decide as an organization, each and every individual, I am going to work towards it. And if the kind of vibes which I am getting from you people, if they are true, if what I as an assessor, I am not a failure, if I know what I am seeing, I know even you will be surprised as management the results you are going to receive after 5 months. God bless you and Godspeed. Thank you so much.